Hey everyone, I'm going to be covering some soldering basics here. You're going to need your soldering iron, and what I'm using is some soldering wick, as well as a tip tinner cleaner, or a tip cleaner like this, and a soldering pump. Now these are different methods that you can use. It's a vacuum pump to desolder something. I'm taking an XLR connector that I plan on reusing, so I got to get this solder out of my cups before I do anything. So I'm going to show the couple of methods. The first one is going to be using the solder pump and a regular soldering iron. Make sure that your tip is clean, so that ensures that you get good thermal conductivity through everything. A freshly tinned tip will allow you to better verify that you're getting all of that heat all the way through. So I'm just going to touch it until I start seeing the solder run. Go under, and then you suck the solder out, just like that. You want to make sure you get all the solder out. I'm using gravity as well to run that solder out. And then you just be able to pull the wire out, just like that. Make sure you're clean here. Get all that old solder out of there if you want to reuse the jack for anything. And then the other method, of course, clean tip again, tinned, is to use this soldering wick. And what this does is it actually uses the resin inside to pull all of the solder onto the copper. It's a little bit more tedious. This is more for detailed jobs. Let me get that wire out of there and just let the solder run onto your wick. Again, that's some desoldering techniques. Got one more left. For large things like this, I really like using the pump. Whenever I do too much solder on something, I'll use my wick. It works pretty well. Sometimes people use this pine resin. It's no good. Make sure you always use lead-free solder and stay away from the cancerous stuff.